the classic, one of his best heroes. I mean, arguably, I think one of the best Kunkka players in the world is Dark Mago. And we'll see if he can pull it out. I mean, he's against probably what will likely be a Viper, but at the same time, D2 Hustlers have ran Viper in the off lane quite a bit. Like, this is something that Monster loves to play, so this could actually be a Viper off lane with a Silencer 4, the Enchantress 5. So we'll see what they decide to do. Gives them a lot of flexibility.
Yeah, you do actually have the ability to trade with the Viper on the Kunkka. Like, Viper does have a lot more kill potential in this lane up until, actually, I think fully throughout the lane. But again, you don't have any stuns between what is going to be Silencer is going to be position Silencer Enchanter is going to be 3, 4, and 5 respectively, right? And then you have your Viper as the mid lane. You can teleport away from any of these heroes.
Yeah.
So you don't have any kill threat for like the first like 10 minutes of the game on the enemy mid laner, unless you get like a mud golem and toss a rocket Kunkka as he tries to TP out away from you. But the moment that Viper tries to commit on you super hard, you can just X marks the spot yourself, head to base, refill your bottle, get yourself a salve, come back, and the Viper's gone through all of his mana.
The classic.
So I think for that reason, the Kunkka's pretty good this game. Because again, the only way I see him going down the mid lane here is if Enchantress rotates in with a mud golem and stuns him.
So they got the Wind Ranger here, and this is a Matthew classic. He has been playing the Wind Ranger in the 4 position for a very long time. So gives himself one of his favorite characters. And on top of it, that Shackle this game is going to be really easy to set up with the amount of lockdown they have, right? Like they have Bane's Nightmare, the Fiend's Grip, they have Roar, they have just the slows from Beastmaster in general, the X, the Torrent. Like, there's a lot of different ways that you can set up the Shackle, or in return, use Shackle to set up another ability. So I like this pickup a lot. They're going to grab Ursa here for D2 Hustlers. I'm not 100% sold on this, honestly. I feel like if you're against Beastmaster or Wind Ranger in lane, you are kind of relying on your Enchantress to be there to make sure that he can't just harass you with these boars to slow you down and kite out the Ursa. So maybe that's the idea with the Enchantress Ursa, that the Beastmaster really can't go for the boar here. And then you have kill threat onto this Beastmaster as an Ursa. Would that make sense to you, Neph?
Yeah, that's fair enough. I think a lot of it's going to revolve around kiting people around here. Like, I was expecting them to punish the lack of stuns more than anything else, and none of these heroes are really able to do that. The Kunkka, the Wind Ranger, the Beastmaster, the Bane. I don't know what their last hero is to round things out, though.
I mean, it's got to be Angels, right? We're looking at Angels hero for this safe lane, and they ban out Batrider, they ban out Templar Assassin. TA would have been a solid pick here, something that they do like to play. It is flexible. You could take the Ursa potentially to the mid lane into the Kunkka matchup, and pick yourself a safe lane TA, which would actually be pretty strong here. But
10 seconds.
It really comes down to what they want to pick for Angel, and there are a lot of carries banned out in the pool currently. I mean, Faceless Void is still up, though, if they want to go for a Faceless Void. It's not great into the Viper. It is actually one of the worst matchups into the Viper, but...
Yeah, just because that the DOT, you're not able to walk off, and usually slow enough that he's able to run you down.
What about Wraith King?
5 seconds.
Wraith King on
for Angel.
Thunder Predator?
Yeah.
No, there's no way.
Okay. I was like, I would go for a ranged carry personally, but I was just wondering if they wanted to have like a dangler like the Wraith King to just frontline and try and force spells with. But Luna, quite good here in this matchup.
I mean, Luna's good.
10 seconds.
My issue with this is... Let's see what they pick up last. The Brewmaster.
Is that Divine Llamas?
The ultimate choice.
Yeah, you don't want the Ursa getting on top of any of your heroes.
Monster.
You don't want the Ursa getting on top of any of your heroes. The Brewmaster is going to be able to draw out these fights. I'm most concerned about this draft more than I have been for any other draft in Thunder Predator so far in this tournament.
Really? I actually feel like their draft is very strong. The one thing I do worry about is this Enchantress pick, like you said, being as impactful as it is in the safe lane, giving Yuma a pretty good start here on this Ursa. But I honestly, I look at the team fight potential from Thunder Predator here and like what their mid game timing is going to be. Like Oscar, Dark Mago, and Angel are all gonna get like 2 items by like the 20-minute mark, and then they're just gonna 5-man. And I don't know what you can do on D2 Hustlers here. I don't think you're gonna have the damage to stop them. A lot of this is gonna be on Monster's Brewmaster. I think he has to have a really good showing here.
I think if they could draw this out, they'll do all right. I think in the ultra late game, Thunder Predator do have the advantage again, but if you can get past the early game and not lose too much control of the map, it'll be okay. So lanes, I think will definitely go D2 Hustlers way. Once people start grouping up, I think Thunder Predator will have the advantage. And
I'm excited to see how it turns out, man. It's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, I am too. All right, your favorites for this? I probably shouldn't be betting against Thunder Predator here, but I'm gonna go with D2 Hustlers for this one.
Yeah, I think you're nutso, man.
All right, here with Thunder Predator.
I think this draft is actually really solid. But the thing is I'm very biased towards Beastmaster because he is one of my favorite heroes. And I think the hero, just in general, conceptually, and what it brings to a team is almost unparalleled. I don't think this Ursa is going to have a great game. And honestly, this Brewmaster, it kind of all does come down to him. Well, starting the game off with a pause, so.
Yeah. Okay. Classic. Monster he is a bit of a monster though, so makes sense. I think if anyone's going to be able to pull this off, it would have been maybe like him or Gunner probably on the Brewmaster. Who is it that was playing it super well in the last Pro Series?
It was Devi Lama.
Devi Lama.
Devi Lama was crushing it on the Brewmaster in the last tournament, but I think Oscar played it a couple times. But yeah, it was mostly Devi Lama. I think he had like an amazing performance on the Brewmaster like multiple times. Speaking of Brewmaster players, I'm sure you're familiar with one of my main mans, Jaren. You know, not a big deal or anything calling him by his first name, but quite a good Brewmaster player.
I hear he's replacing a certain dog on a leash, and he's become a monkey on a leash now. You're not familiar?
Not familiar.
He's currently playing with Arkosh, is standing for Cerberus.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. That one went right over your head. Anyways,
I mean, Cerberus was such a forgettable member of Arkosh. Let's be real.
Yeah. I think destined to be kicked as well. All right, looks like we're good to go. So I'm curious if I'm curious if Oscar I'm curious if Oscar ends up getting the boar here in the lane if they manage to put the Devi Lama up against him. Now, it is Flea on position 5 for this team in official capacity, but Devi Lama, I imagine he's more than happy to move himself around so against Oscar here, and he can't spam out the boar inside the lane.
I'm really curious if like how many people got the joke there, Neff. Because that was a good one. That was a really good one. But I wonder how many people actually knew.
Please don't explain it because it's a lot less funny that way.
Oh yeah, I'm not explaining it. Absolutely not.
Angel thought it was funny.
Does Bane have bonus night vision?
Yeah, he's got 1200.
What the? I just like watching this mid lane. I was like, "Where's their ward?" I'm like, "There isn't. It's just a Bane." I guess it makes sense that he has bonus night vision. He is literally the man of nightmares.
Yep. I believe his name was Bane Night Hollow or something at some point.
It's very edgy.
Yep. Anyone with like a night-related name, a lot of time had extra vision. They slowly removed it over the years from a lot of things.
But the essentials like the Luna, the Slark, Night Stalker, that would be a weird one to have not bonus night vision on.
I mean, that's the entire point of his hero is to have extra vision movement and be really strong at the night. If he doesn't have extra night vision, his day vision's actually very low though.
Yeah, Night Stalker's day vision is what, like 800 or something?
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Man can't see so good.
You need some glasses, corrective lenses, you know?
Yeah.
Hook a brother up. All right, mid lane, we've got Dark Mago versus Esk once again, this time Viper versus Kunkka. You know, overall, you would look at this matchup and say, Viper's got this, right? There's just no way that this Kunkka is going to body out Esk, but I swear to God, I've seen this matchup like 5 or 6 times, and Dark Mago wins every single time.
Yep.
I don't know how he does it.
It's like Monster said before the game when I talked to him, asking if he had any thoughts. Play well, Dark Mago God.
True.
Those are the only thoughts he had before the game. But again, being a strength hero, you can deal with the harassment of the Viper pretty well. And Esk isn't going to want to go through all of his mana at the early levels. You do have a lot of extra mana to work with. You get yourself a bottle when you're a mid laner. But you know, you can get the disengage off with the torrent by throwing, by stunning Esk up in the air and slowing him down afterwards. So as long as you correctly guess where he's going to be with the torrent, you can stop him building up 5 stacks onto you. And you can easily survive the harass from like lesser stacks.
Oh, Shackle top lane. They catch the Enchantress. Divine Llama. That's going to be first blood going the way of Osprey. Returns the favor on Yuma, though. To help with the Harpy Stormcrafter there.
Yeah. I mean, this thing does so much damage. They ended up nerfing it a couple of times, but it's still incredibly strong. And Oscar, he was forced to go the Wild Axes build rather than getting any points and called the Wild.
Yeah, he opened Inner Beast to try and push the lane, and it makes sense. Like, it's better than going nothing, right? So.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oscar is getting run down right now, but they're not going to be able to finish him off.
What a
He's already
drag
got
by
himself
Yuma,
boots.
though, honestly. That was sick.
Yeah. Welcome to the river lane, everybody.
It's the newest addition to Dota 3.
Yeah.
The forest seems brighter with you here, Enchantress.
Hey,
That's a good
neat
voice line. I like that one.
Yeah.
Yours.
Some of the things that I love about Dota, right?
Yeah.
Thanks.
I don't know, if you're ever curious of why people at higher MR seem to have like such like huge amounts of farm, it's because they get an extra lane. They got the river here they can go to.
Yeah. It's really interesting. Like you really got to take notes on how to spawn the river lane. It's quite a boost in GPM. Yuma top lane. Salve gets canceled though, so pretty sad about that one.
Yeah.
Ours, not yours.
That one doesn't end up going anywhere, unfortunately. Bottom lane we haven't talked about too much. This one is, you know, going by how you'd expect. Luna having tons of farm to work with here. Got 2 points in the Lunar Blessing, so Panda Boo is able to harass. When you have a range hero in your lane, that's generally what you do. Sometimes you see 2 people just put 2 points on Lucid Beam just for extra harass, but a lot of time you want to be able to trade right clicks here with the Lunar Blessing and go 1 to 2. Usually by the time you hit level 5, then transition to the jungle.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of damage for a hero like Bane, too. They did nerf his base damage a little bit, like you were talking about, but he is super effective at trading. So, having that extra armor and that damage really does add up.
Yeah, and be able to like hit people with a Nightmare with the extra damage that you have helps a lot as well.
Oh, Panda Boo. You know, decent chunk of damage. A lot of heroes low here on the map currently. Monster. They aren't going to... Oh, he does find the kill with that last Lucent Beam. All right, nicely done.
I came here for a
Too much right click damage coming out from these two. Thanks to that Lunar Blessing.
And
And he does
Matthew
put
just
the,
chased down Enchantress in the top lane, it seems.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Chasing down with the Wind Run. Enchantress doesn't have much armor or HP to work with at the start of the game.
Double mango pop here from Panda Boo, trying to get aggressive here onto Flea. They're going to try and turn it around. A lot of damage coming out, and he's may have overextended here a little bit on Panda Boo, and he ends up getting the kill here on Monster Flea. No Glaives of Wisdom, but they do have a slow as well as the Cinder Brew in just a second, plus the new urn. They're going to get 2 kills here. Angel pops the stick, pops the Fairy Fire, trying to do what he can, but just getting kited out. He turns around, slaps her in the face. Double kill for Monster.
I think that he should have turned on the silencer there towards the end, but with that urn completed, it was just way too much damage coming out onto him.
That's something you gotta be so careful about in these side lanes. If you give an early urn charge to the Brewmaster, which he is going to rush that every single time thanks to the Cinder Brew, like you said, it's a massive increase in damage for this hero.
Yeah, so you got 160 from the clap, another 150 from the Cinder Brew, 210 damage, and you have another... How much is it on the urn? I forget.
Now Monster trying to hobble away, but can he make it? He does indeed, and he's got an urn charge if he wants to use it, but he might just walk base here. Yeah, I think he's gonna save that last charge.
Yeah, you want to be able to use that aggressively. So to stay inside the lane, like you have one less tool. The thing is, like, it's an 8-second slow with the Cinder Brew and the Inner Shadows, so you can gap close somebody who's sitting at fairly low HP if you drop the two of those together. It's not worth wasting that like tool that you have one charge with. You want to be able to recharge that urn with the last charge of it.
And it's also very low committal, right? You can throw those from pretty decent range, so you don't have to like get on top of these heroes like you had to in the past, like just going for like the Thunderclap to activate the Cinder Brew. They're looking for Angel here, but Oscar as well. They will see him. They drop the combo, and Luna taking just a ridiculous amount of damage here underneath the towers. That's just taking him down. Gets caught here. They're trying to get this kill, but looks like he's gonna be able to make it away. Pandaboo as well, getting clapped there. They do use the last urn charge for that, though.
Yeah. Which is a little bit of a relief for them. But they're going to keep harassing him down with the Arcane Curse and throwing out more of the Cinder Brew. They're struggling to... They can't really play aggressive if they're sitting so low on HP because if they approach monster too quickly, he's going to Thunderclap them. The AoE of this is pretty big along with the slow.
Not on my
Between that and the Arcane Curse, it's just way too much for Luna to deal with.
We used to run a Brewmaster Ogre lane. You just would max Ignite and just Cinder Brew Ignite people. It was real fun. Real fun to play with.
Disgusting. As long as no one has like a Dispel.
Yeah.
Then you just lose. Well, I guess I'll just lose then.
That's when you just go jungle, you know?
Yeah.
Top
Divine
lane here.
Llama.
Yeah. Dark Mago is... Ooh, nice ensnare. Just going to drop the Torrent, though, and that does catch. We'll be able to pick off the Bambi.
Lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Angel, pretty far forward here, might regret this. Slowed up once again. That clap doing so much. And Flea, he's like, I got you. I don't need to... I need the help here. Turns out he did. Did need that extra help. Nice Nightmare from Pandaboo. Another salve gets committed here. And it's canceled. Just like that. And another Cinder Brew. Oh, man. This is a sad existence because Flea is not done. Yeah. Flea's like, hello, sir. Cinder Brew in
He's
3.
got no mana.
They have no way of triggering the Cinder Brew, though.
Lost in the woods, are ya?
But they didn't do it?
No, it's an attack modifier, not technically a spell, so it doesn't count. Dark Mago in the mid lane, though. He managed to take down the Enchantress before falling himself. Pandaboo TP's in. I'll go ahead and Nightmare that Viper, but...
I thought that would work. I'm sure they thought it would work, and that's why they did it.
Regeneration.
I don't think it counts.
I could swear it did, but I just watched it, and it didn't, so... I can't argue with that.
Because it doesn't have like a dot effect. It's just an apply on hit. I think Viper's poison attack counts since it like applies a magic damage dot, but I don't think Glaives works.
It says spell damage, and Glaives it is spell damage because it can be amped by spell damage amp.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
I'm testing this in the lab after the game.
Yeah.
Because it's very clear what they were going for there.
Make sure to put goggles on. Safety first, neph.
Yeah. You ask what we do in the downtime between games. A lot of people eat. I just test mechanics.
Mechanics, actually.
Yeah, mechanics if you're an industry man.
Yeah, it's an industry term exclusively. Top lane, Oscar does have this hawk here. We'll be able to see Yuma. He doesn't want to commit the roar here defensively, but he's going to have to. Tries to run away with that bonus move speed, but Yuma, he gets the enrage, and there's the ensnare. Oscar, I don't think you're making out of this one. Oh, nice shackle from Matthew. He's going to do exactly that. Enrage not available now for Yuma, and with Dark Mago's rotation up here, they're going to turn it around and get the Ursa.
Yeah, so they managed to turn that one around. Not only does Oscar manage to escape thanks to those phase boots, but they turn things around. Beautiful shackle there by Matthew, lining that one up.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Not looking too good now for D2 Hustle. It's supposed to be an easy kill, and you want to come online pretty quickly here. I look at these heroes, and I expect them to come out like way far ahead of these this laning phase, but you know, we're 10 minutes in now. The dust is kind of settled, and you only have like a 300 with advantage right now, which isn't nearly enough. And yes, you managed to slow down Angel's farm a little bit, like you're gonna harass off onto him, but
It's a Luna. She's got Mask of Madness. She's gonna farm. And the thing is, the real win is Dark Mago, right? Like, Dark Mago has really been slowed down thanks to the Viper in the mid lane. So he's not this top net worth 5k Kunkka at the 10-minute mark, which is where we normally see him in these types of games. And he might actually go ahead and punish Divine Llama here at level 4. There's just no way out. Dark Mago cleaves her down. Esk rotating in with an invis, though. He's going to try and TP home the magic damage. Is it enough? It is. He takes down in the fountain.
He was so quick with that. Immediately.
Oh, Enchantress got the board steal. Oscar is in trouble. Esk. He's very strong here on the Viper. The slows onto Luna. Angel. He just takes out, they commit the global silence to cancel the feed script, and Eski's just gonna try and TP home Monster. He's got the split available, gets put to sleep, but this stolen boar is the MVP, baby! Double kill for Divine Llama. And then Monster's gonna clean up. Unbelievable.
He was switching targets between the hero sitting inside the Nether Toxin and the...
This boar did 1,300 damage, dude. What?
Oh my god! It gets the bonus damage from the enchant, so it had an extra plus 30 on top of the 60 base damage that it had. So it was doing 90 damage to right click, and no one dealt with it.
Dude, that thing owned. You'll love to see it, man. You'll love to see it.
Dark Mango's getting gone on again here. He's not going to be able to TP out of this one because there's a Centaur on top of him.
They're going to drop the... Oh, that is an unfortunate timed nightmare there. It actually ends up saving S. Dark Mango trying to escape. Gets a high ground miss on one of those attacks, and it might be enough with the run buff, but in comes Monster. He's got the urn that triggers the Cinder Brew, and Dark Mago already losing health. They will pick up a second kill. Mid lane Roar, though, does catch Silencer, so they do find something. But you know what they found here really on the side of D2 Hustlers? It's the stackies.
I thought you were going to say friendship.
No, it's the stacks net.
The real victory was the stacks we stole along the way.
Yeah, they get the hard camp there. The Ancient's still available for Angel, which he will probably clean up here fairly soon, but they're really strong here. I mean, Esk on this Viper, he's getting aggressive. Gonna get on top of them here. The Cinderbrew ticks. Matthew falling quite low, and the Viper from downtown helps secure that one.
Monster ends up grabbing another kill, so things going pretty well for them. I thought that they'd start to turn this game around in like a tower advantage and start to pressure the enemy side of the map. Post laning phase, but immediately D2 Hustlers, they start to bring it back around. And I think a lot of that was off the back of that boar that Divine Llama stole. Which is just insane.
Yeah, it really was. It did a ridiculous amount of work in that fight. He killed 2 heroes with it. Technically, he got 3 kills, but he like soloed 2 heroes with it.
Yeah. And now nearly 4k net worth advantage for D2 Hustlers. And they're going to go right into the Roche pit, like you mentioned. And after this, they'll have the Diffusal Blade done. It'll become very easy for Yuma to run people down. This Mask of Death plus Possessed Mask combination does make the Roche quite easy.
Yeah, absolutely. They do smoke up here on the side of Thunder Predator. They want to get aggressive, but Monster's here, and he does get thrown under through the Nightmare, but he got the Stolen Boar again. Oscar has to just TP home.
It's got even more damage than last time as well. It's sitting at plus 50. You get the hell away from this thing. It's just scarier than the heroes, man. 1100 HP, 6 armor.
Oh, they found Pandaboo. Mode Pig is on. The slow is already connected. Can they actually find the kill in time? It's not going to be enough.
No.
Monster's out of urn charges now, but he's on his way to that Aghanim Scepter, about 1,400 gold away.
Yep. Sometimes you see people pick up a vessel first, depending on who they're playing against, but there's not really any healing you're trying to prevent from the enemy team. So the Aghanim Scepter, multiple charges, like being able to split twice, or keep your Brewlings alive. It looks like they're about to die to switch back in, and then pop it ultimate again. Just turns team fights. The versatility you can get from that is amazing. Dark Mago gets gone on, by the way, and I do think he will end up dropping here.
Well, he has Matthew rotating in. But yeah, the damage in from Monster is just too much. He drops the boat, but does he get the kill in time? Able to walk away. Dark Mago looks like he's going to be safe, but it's really the invasion into the triangle that ends up just being a huge win for the side of D2 Hustlers. Tornado still catch. Monster's going to get him. Dark Mago, the rum buff, it's expired. He's ticking out. He gets the kill. Unbelievable. And the wind run gets purged there. Does Monster want to continue the chase? Doesn't look, he just wants to farm.
Yeah. I think it would have been difficult to continue to chase the Wind Ranger through the trees there. I don't think they know how Matthews distributed the skills here. If you have extra points with Wind Run or Shackle Shot, it becomes too difficult. But they didn't know that. That resulted into Power Shot there. But now everyone trying to collapse here in the triangle. They know the Kunkka's still down. If they want to invade the triangle here,
ooh, that is a Fiend's Grip on the Enchantress. It is going to get canceled. The Global comes out just a little bit too late, but Divine Llama, he's just healing back up. Bane, no chance in hell you're getting out of this one. And the Stomp catches the Beastmaster. They're going to find another Monster coming in as well. Wants to help find these kills, looking to go on Angel, but it's just pushing him off of this off this Ancient stack as Yuma now going to clean up all the big creeps.
Well, that's your stackies right there. I mean, I just steal those ones as well, and
they're looking for
just keeping
Kunkka.
Yep, and they'll get him. He's slow. There's a Cinder Brew. He's got no TP for 40 seconds.
No way
He's
out.
dead.
Yeah. Enchant will be able to slow him down even further. The boat never loaded for me. That was a little bit weird, but Dark Mago just ticks out. Monster finds another, and Esk grabs a kill in the mid lane. This is the D2 Hustlers that we have really come to know, and honestly, 9-19, a 6K gold lead. This train ain't slowing down.
Is under attack.
Now, I again am worried. I was expecting this to happen like the ultra late game or like post laning phase immediately after, but they got out of the laning phase just fine. They're keeping the aggression going, and they're crumbling here on Thunder Predator. Oscar, he does manage to make it away here.
Does get the roar though for basically nothing.
Now, I do like what Angel's doing right now. Farming the enemy side of the map. He knows this is the only real safe place for him. This is the triangle and like super deep, or maybe he cuts a couple of the creep base, but
Dark Mago caught in the mid lane, tries to defend the tower and just takes down the 4 heroes here from D2 Hustlers. They just don't stop. Make it 5 is Monster, trying to find Matthew on the backside. You got the wind run, but there's just so much magic damage from these heroes.
Yeah. Unless you have a BKB, and you are a long way finishing that one. I mean, you've got your Sanj right now. I bet he's kind of kicking himself for not like building a BKB immediately, but at that point, you just don't have any damage. I don't know. This game is very difficult at the moment.
Yuma now getting a free regen there, thanks to the Aegis.
At this point, they realize that Angel's been farming by himself, and they want to be able to shut her down. She's almost got the BKB complete. If they can get her first, then they've got a pretty good shot at closing out this game before anything really comes online. But it looks like Angel's going to get the space that he needs.
Panda Boo playing with fire here as he's just dragging the wave. Because they just don't care. They're like, all right, you know what, Panda Boo, you just... Is anyone going to do anything about this? The tip's coming out. He is just stacking mid-wave after mid-wave, and yes, he will finally die for this. But he did slow down the mid-push for quite a while. No, if there's, like, he did something, right, with that play? I don't know.
Over there? Of course he did. Like, the reason why they keep on going forward on Kunkka and on Beastmaster, and even though they're going down, is they're taking the pressure off of Angel. If you're not doing anything on the map, then they're going to be hunting for this Luna, and Luna wouldn't have been able to get off, finish this BKB. That's why they're still making plays on the map. They're good deaths that they're going for. I know that sounds funny, like, oh, you shouldn't die in Dota, but like any decent team is constantly looking for objectives. The idea is that you give them something that's less optimal by putting yourself forward, and that's what he was going for there. Panda Boo's a genius player. He doesn't make mistakes, is what I'm trying to say.
That's fair. I believe it.
But, you know, D2S was my favorite for this match, just based on picks alone. You've got your BKB completed now. You're going for a Hurricane Pike next. I mean, at the very least, it'll get you away from the Viper, or get one of your teammates away from the Viper. if Kunkka can reinitiate after getting gone on, that's going to be pretty big. And speaking of Kunkka, edging close to this BKB, they've stopped putting the pressure on as much since his age expired on Yuma,
Has been killed.
and that's given them the opportunity to claw back a little bit now with advantage here on Thunder Predator. But yeah, they're putting the pressure back on again. They take the bottom tier 2. Angel ends up finding a kill off on the Flea.
Top lane, Dark Mago, he's found Monster. Or rather, Monster may have found him. He does have the 2 splits here thanks to the Aghanim Scepter. And the question is he just going to try and keep him in the air for help? Doesn't look like it. Dark Mago. A second split comes out. Oh, he's in trouble. He's in a lot of trouble here, Neff. Dark Mago doing his best, but both splits get committed here, and he will find that kill.
Now, the first time the Brewmaster used the split, he ended up taking out the Fire Panda as quickly as possible to still limit the amount of damage that he was doing to him. But, I don't know. Again, you made space. You allowed them to take the mid tower. Divine Llama ends up going down as well. So they got Silencer, they got the mid tier 1 tower, and they got Divine Llama as well. So they end up getting 3 heroes for the trade of like Kunkka and 2 uses of the Primal Split in the top lane. So honestly, that wasn't too bad for Thunder Predator, even though it kind of sucks losing your Kunkka to the offlaner. Like, take a look at the net worth chart. It does not change. In fact, it's very slightly going the way of Thunder Predator after those last couple of plays.
Yeah,
And
it really is. And like on top of it, the main thing is this Luna is getting stronger and stronger, and it is a great lane. It's a great game for the Luna.
Yeah.
Illusion.
Hurricane
Exactly.
Pike's completed on her way to that Scotty.
Bottom lane.
He does have Enrage and Yuma. Yeah, he's got to blink in a second here. He is out.
Angel unfortunately didn't get there in time. If you had a couple heroes, you might have been able to run him down, but Ursa is a pretty difficult target to catch, especially with this Quicksilver Amulet. He's moving very fast.
So we got Roche
2 min-
respawning in just about 2:30. Looks like you were just about to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Pandabu top lane, rotation in from Flea. He's going to go for the TP out. The damage, it shouldn't be enough, right? He's going to... Right? Oh my god. He nightmared himself and died.
Yeah, I think he was trying to dodge out some of the damage with the Nightmare. I don't know. I don't think he could have survived that.
Well, last word procced, so it did like 300 damage. Global Silence comes out. Yuma forced to enrage TP here. Doesn't come out in time. He gets the shackle, and Yuma, he's just gonna die here, I believe. Yeah, power shot. We'll secure that one.
I'm surprised they didn't get that one off with the global TP. I mean, you've got a 1.5 second window to activate your teleport. Would something dispel?
No,
No.
I think he was just like still stunned or something. I think when the global first came out,
Roar?
so yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the silence might have came out just slightly too fast.
Yeah.
Smoke up here from the side of Thunder Predator. They want to go ahead, get active once again. They're going for a wraparound here into the dire jungle. Angel is very strong.
Yep. With Ursa dead, now is one of their best opportunities. Dire scan out because they realize that they're up to something right now, but they're off the mark. They figure they're going to be playing around the Roche pit at the moment, given that Roche is, in its potential respawn time, but we saw a little bit of a longer one.
I just want to see if someone's going to TP to this top lane, right?
Yep. I think they should probably just put a ward on top of the hill here and sit inside the trees. That would be the optimal play, but they're going to run into the other team's smoke.
They did see them. They know. And Monster, he's ready to go in. They grab Pandabu right away. Yuma finds that so easily, and they get the tornado onto the Luna. She's going to have to BKB to get out of here.
Yeah.
There it is. BKB comes out, and she will be fine. But Matthew might not be as lucky as Monster's coming in. Going to grab her with the tornado. And again, he doesn't actually have another split, but it doesn't matter. She is super dead. And that should be Roshan, right? Like, can't they... if they scout this out in 5 seconds, this is going to be a Roche for Yuma here. And they have to know it's respawning soon. That it was nearly max timer.
Yeah, exactly. So they're just going to wait inside the pit. And, Frost Armor going to make this one even quicker. Dark Mako did manage to finish up his BKB during all that. He can go for the Aghanim Scepter next. This is the build that you go when you kind of accept that you're not going to be able to do damage inside a team fight. Instead, you go, okay, I need to control up these enemies. It's my Luna doing damage. Anything that can kind of create chaos. And yeah, it's opening the Dark Mega Water Park, or Dark Mega Wonder World. Waterworld?
Mid lane roar, but a nice global silencer is going to protect Ez because he pops the BKB, looking to get aggressive. They're trying to get on top of these Thunder Predator heroes. Angel getting force-staffed out. That BKB still on cooldown for a couple seconds. The boulder comes through. Can they finish him off? He needs the help. Yuma comes forward, force-staff up in the line, and he gets the kill. No buyback, and now Bane stuck in a real bad position. Matthew might be the third to go down here. And that is as bad as it can get for the side of Thunder Predator, losing the fight right on your high ground without buyback for your Luna.
It looks like you're going to lose a tier 3 here as well. They do have Fortify. They can, at the very least, stall this one out. They should probably clear it right now for this catapult. Yeah.
I mean, it's going to survive, actually, isn't it? Yeah, RNG favored him. The split attack did not hit the catapult.
Yeah, Luna still got another 14 seconds. At the very least, she'll come back, but that's after the tier 3 goes down. In fact, they might try to push for the racks here. They're going to get back.
That was kind of you.
Interesting. I thought they might try to push that one. So, you don't give up your rack, you lose your tier 3. So if you lose another fight outside your base, this game becomes very difficult. But, 6k net worth advantage. It could have been worse there. It was pretty unfortunate timing that Angel gets gone on there with, like, I don't know, what was it, 13 seconds left on the BKB when they first initiated onto her?
He literally died as the BKB came off cooldown.
Yeah.
His use smoke is 5. They go right to the triangle. They know they've got to be back on this side of the map. Getting ready to farm up some creeps as well as maybe push a little bit. And that Hawk's gonna scout everything. Monster's the kill to get the roar out right away. Flea's got no global to save him. Force Staff's not in time. They managed to find a big kill here on the side of Thunder Predator. The BKBs are out, looking to get on top of them. Esk is just too strong, and Yuma on the backside. The global comes out, and now they're trying to turn this around for the side of D2 Hustlers. Jump in from Yuma. BKB popped here on Angel, but they've also found the Viper on the backside. Dark Mago trying to TP home. Can they finish him off in time? It's not going to be enough. They TP out successfully on 3 heroes.
But you have to keep in mind, they only got one person. They got the
Yeah.
Brewmaster before he could pop the Primal Split, but the Global Silence came off cooldown in the middle of that fight, and Flea popped it immediately, and that's when things started turning around. So, I don't know. There was a desperation play. You didn't really close the net worth lead at all either. It was about even for Golden XP getting that Brewmaster and losing that Bane.
Yeah, Bane and Beastmaster go down.
Yeah. At the very least, you could make a play right now with Global Silence on cooldown and actually get off your Fiend's Grip when you just come up.
They BKB'd on all of the Radiant heroes, though. So you can't actually wait until the BKBs are done.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw it happen last time. Angel just got ran at by Yuma with that BKB on cooldown, and can't afford to let that happen.
Yeah. But they know without Global Silence, if the enemies don't have these BKBs, they're not going to be able to take a fight against them in like 5v5 engagement. So I play very tight right now on D2 Hustlers. Instead, they'll go for these last outer towers, and people slowly whittle away at these bases.
Top tower is no more.
Again, in the ultra late game, I do think the D2 Hustlers will have the advantage again. And this is kind of the window that you would have wanted to go for on Thunder Predator. And right now, they're missing that window.
Yeah, I mean, they still got another minute left on this Aegis. They will go ahead and commit the fort here to clear up this wave top, but this is your last outer tower, and Yuma wants to make sure to pick this up. With the help of S, they should be able to, who, by the way, did finish up the Eye of Scotty here for this push, and that is a very scary item. Monster on his way to a refresher, gets the gold for it thanks to the tower, and he's going to send that out right away. And having to deal with 2 primal splits before, you've got to deal with 4 now. Matthew, he ends up running in here to try and cancel the TP. Yuma says, I'll stick around. I don't care.
Yuma canceled his own TP there.
Yeah. Mid lane, Angel looking for Divine Llama. They just commit the Fiend's Grip. Force Staff, and then the Global Silence comes out immediately. If they get on top of Angel or Pandaboo here, it is going to be a disaster, and that's exactly what they plan to do here. Monster Roar comes through. Can they burst him down in time? There's going to be the X, the Torrent, the Gill comes through. Yuma, the BKB chasing after Pandabu is not going to be enough. Esk, he's got to get in on this fight. He will be able to trade one now, but it's Yuma. He pops the BKB, getting on top of Angel, trying to TP home. The damage, it's not there. The Torrent Storm able to slow down Esk as much as possible, but the Eye of Scotty's slow should mean that Dark Mago will eventually go down here. The BKB comes through. Not Force Staff. He's safe. Backside of the fight. Flea getting chased here by Oscar. Trying to do what he can. He gets the kill. Snipes him from downtown. Esk can't get on top, and the board slow is enough. They're just kiting him out.
They're doing it in the almost disabled Yuma's Blink Dagger there.
They're going to get him again. Esk. The Boars are just the MVP this game, it would seem, as he's just going to try and turn around, maybe get a kill onto Angel, but I don't think you have the damage alone here.
They've disabled him. They're
And
cutting
they've got
Yuma so
Ursa.
hard.
Unbelievable plays here from Thunder Predator, picking off one after one, kiting them out for what seems like forever, as they just could not get their hands on these kills.
That was criminal how much he got away with there on Matthew. That entire fight, he was just playing with the enemies there, wind running around them. Every time Ursa got on top of him, he ended up popping. He got so many shackle shots off as well. I'd like to see how much disable time he caused in that team fight. It was definitely the MVP on Matthew there. And now,
Speaking of Matthew, he's on the Enchantress on the backside here. Monster still has a second Bruce, but he's going to commit it. They want to take down this Wind Ranger. They're going to go ahead and throw Luna up into the air. She finally does go down. There is a BKB still available for the Luna. He's already committed his second split, but does still have the refresher if he wants, so maybe he can get on top of these other heroes. Oscar able to blink dodge out that boulder. But there's the roar once again. Global silence this time will be enough to save the Brewmaster. And there's going to be the split. They've got the stolen... oh, they don't get the stun.
The rock was in the air.
Yeah. Did not get that TP cancel, and that's a global silence and another Brew split down as a result.
Man, should have used the Cyclone. It would have gone off. That was a couple of insane fights there, though. The Luna got away with so much. The Wind Ranger finally ended up going down. I think he was just feeling himself a little bit too much on Matthew as he bolted in too far towards the end there. But keeping vision on the enemy, spamming out these grenades here. Bang off the wind, running the shackle shots constantly. And Dark Mango, he's doing his job as well. Like, these BKBs are starting to wear down. The Torn Storm is doing a lot of work. Like, he kept Viper disabled for a good, like, 50% of that last team fight by hitting with two of the Torn Storm throws up in the air and then his own Torrent.
Dire's top tower is
We've got the extra AoE on this one as well.
We haven't really seen Dark Mago go for this like Torrent Storm build that often. A lot of times we see him pick up that like Silver Edge into Assault Cuirass, stuff like that. Plays a lot of damage, but you know, you have an Oscar, Beastmaster, you got an Angel on the Luna, you got plenty of physical damage. You just need to be able to hold these heroes in place. So
yeah, speaking of Yuma, he's trying to go for a solution to hold these heroes in place as well. He's got the Basher keyed up now. Kunkka, he's gotten away with just like TPing out of these team fights way too many times, and this was an issue we discussed in the draft, right? They just have no stuns.
yeah. I mean, we saw 3 heroes TP out from the Dire Triangle because they had no one to stun them up. You know, like... Jump forward, Yuma. Ooh, nice little shackle there. Matthew just playing with him. Bottom lane, Fort did come out. They're TPing in pretty heavily. But Oscar's able to TP home. Global Silence comes through. Dark Mago. Does he get the bash? No, just gets delivered a second too late.
Yeah.
And again, another big cooldown forced.
Yeah. They'll scout that one out, though. So now they know that he does have the Basher completed. So they didn't get the initial punish with that one, which is kind of unfortunate for D2 Hustlers, but is still in a favorable position as far as towers and positioning on the map goes. But it's only 100 seconds on cooldown with this quickening charm on the silencer, which is pretty insane. 88 seconds at level 3. That's kind of bullshit. At least you can't reduce it further by stacking CDR anymore.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah.
In the Roshan, they're going to try and focus this down very quickly, but Yuma, he goes in, trying to take down Pandaboo, but he gets the enrage there, so will be able to keep himself alive quite a while here. Nice boat to start this off. There's the Fiend's Grip. Catches the Ursa. Bane, he's just been surviving thanks to the Shadow Amulet and finally punished for it, but you might lose the Ursa for this nice force staff up onto the high ground. The damage from Esk, he's able to find these kills. Monster, he's got more splits available. Drops it. They still got the BKBs. Dark Mago Angel thrown into the air thanks to Cyclone. Matthew trying to take down Flea on the backside. Ursa kited out. Halbert's there, but he's still alive. Flea finally gonna go down here as Matthew does his work, and Angel pops the BKB, trying to get aggressive here, but Yuma trying to stand his ground. He makes it into the Roche pit, being chased here by Oscar. The refresh comes out. Monster, he's got another split, but they get the kill. The Ursa goes down. He's stuck in the pit. Angel can't TP. Oh no, canceled by the boar. Once again, they just get kill after kill. Monster and Esk are the people you gotta be worried about here. Another Shadow Amulet play by the Bane, but there's a lot of AoE damage, and that is gonna be another kill. 2 diebacks now at this point. Boat comes out, catches Esk. Monster still looking for more. He's got another split available. Dark Mago, he's got to be careful. He cannot afford to go down here. There's the split. He's got these stones coming through, and Esk looking to close the gap, but a great Cyclone canceling out that Force Staff. Esk just getting torrented to oblivion on the backside of the fight here, but Enchant plus the slow from the Boar, and with the rotation from the Viper, that's going to be a dieback on Dark Mago. That's as bad as it gets. They've also caught Matthew. Blinks up onto the high ground. He is out, but 4 heroes are dead. D2 Hustlers, baby.
Now they're gonna be knocking on your door. They're pushing high ground here. They don't have Ursa, but they don't really need him. And there it is. The old chat lines coming out from Monster.
What's wrong?
They put everything in that fight, but they just weren't able to stand their ground there. And now, tier 3 in the top lane as well. But I mean, having 4 charges of the split, you need a way to take down Monster in these team fights, but it is just way too difficult. Like, anytime you try to get the Fiend Grip off him, Flea's gonna be there canceling with the Global Silence. And next, he's got this. We got the Lotus Sword queued up. Again, they don't really have a solution to Monster just popping this off of cooldown. He's got Aeon Disc now as well. So Luna toss to the air again and again. Like, status resistance would be pretty big here, but then you'd be giving up a slot where you need more damage. So Luna just can't do it all by yourself anymore against Brew.
There it is. Third Roche. Hagnum Scepter now for free for this Ursa, giving him that shorter cooldown as well as the ability to cast it while disabled. So Fiend's gripping the Ursa. Good luck. Bottom lane. Trying to force something here on the side of D2 Hustlers. Esk just blinks in with the help of Yuma, and Bane goes down. No buybacks available on anyone here for the side of Thunder Predator, and they gotta be very careful. Luna thrown into the air. They take down 2. Is this just the end? D2 Hustlers might be serving Thunder Predator their first loss of the tournament. They're trying to grab the Mega Creeps here, and with so much still left in the tank, it feels like Thunder Predator grasping for straws here.
Yeah. I mean, Hubris might be their downfall here. Yeah, their draft is just lacking here.
There it is. Split comes out. Monster now with the Void Bruling, giving him the AoE disarm. I love how that tooltip is still just so trash.
I think that's going to be it, though. Torrent Storm tries to force them back a little bit here.
Monster is just looking for a Cyclone and doesn't find anyone. Matthew goes in, trying to get on top of Flea. He does do a lot of damage, but he's got the Force Staffs. He can get himself away, and disarm there onto Yuma, but it's the 4 Brewlings just besieging this Ancient, and no one here to stop him. Yuma trying to do what he can. Esk caught on the Viper here. Fiend's Grip doing some serious work, but he's able to keep himself alive just for the time being. Cyclone catches Angel once again, and Esk, he gets the bash. They get the kill. Angel trying to get on top of the Viper, and yes, you might take down 1, but it's gonna cost you 4. Angel, the last man standing, but not for long, as the rest of the D2 Hustlers gonna clean him up. The GGs come out, and D2 Hustlers find themselves a victory here in game number 2.
Against all odds, with this fractured team that they just assembled for this tournament, they managed to take down the runners-up of BTS Pro Series 7, the winners of BTS Pro Series 8. This former No Ping, now Thunder Predator lineup, they look like superstars, but this game, they just couldn't handle all these counter picks coming out from D2 Hustlers. The silencer was there, pops the global every time Panda Boo tries to get on top of somebody. Devi Llama taking these boars, and I think that's one of the really big things that got them back into this game is that boar in that initial team fight doing 1,300 damage, essentially killing 3 heroes. Off of that, they kind of snowballed, took control of the map, allowed Monster to get the space to build his Aghanim Scepter, build his Refresher Shard. And really, he was the MVP. He allowed Esk to do so much, and Luna just always being controlled that game.
I mean, the game felt like it was almost always in control of D2 Hustlers here, right? Like there was a couple times where Thunder Predator made some great plays to pull things back, but for the most part, it was just D2 Hustlers outperforming them in the fights. I mean, you can see Viper finishing up 18-2 and 19. It was just such a fantastic Viper pick, and they just didn't have the answers. Like they had to commit so heavily to try and stop both Yuma and Monster, and Esk just being able to do whatever he wants in these fights.
Yeah. I mean, Matthew played absolutely phenomenally that game, I got to say. He might be my MVP overall for how much he did in as far as kiting and the shackle shots that he got off that game. But, you know, D2 Hustlers did end up taking the win at the end of the day. We don't want to praise Viper players too much again.
That is fair.
We don't want to praise Viper players.
I understand.
Yeah. But that's going to be it for the first series of the day, Ricky. Now, we do have 4 Zoomers against Simply 2 Base next, and it's going to be Eternal Envy kicked off and replaced with Costa Bile, who is an amazing South American player. But we got Dota to update first, unfortunately. I'm sure it's some Marcy-related bug, or maybe they're fixing her hands being creepily large. We'll have to see.
Who knows, man? Just one of the few things that, you know, they need to address. But yeah, everyone stay tuned for more here. Again, this is the BTS Pro Series season number 9. My name's rkryptic, and of course, I'm here with Neph. We'll see you guys after the break.